So, guys, I feel like I really wanted to address something. I'm actually laughing because of how like pathetic it is. So, basically, a couple of weeks ago, I actually had been asked by the CEO of this company to come backstage and to volunteer. This is, again, just to reiterate, this is volunteering. This isn't a paid role. This isn't even a collaboration role. There's no mutual respect. It's just come, be a knocker, and go home. So because of who this person was, and this company is absolutely massive, it's like a global, like everybody would know like what this company is. It begins with A and it ends in A, and it rhymes with Laziana. So there's like no communication with the CEO of this person leading up to the event. I think there was just like one message to say like, oh, are you going to come tomorrow? I was like, yeah, I'm going to get a train. Paid £30 for a train. I booked a hotel for 2 nights. Cost me like 200 and something pound out of my own money. And to be honest, I don't mind spending my money. It's what I work for. That's not the issue. The issue is that like I'm going out my way for this person. And I actually went, and I went to this event. So basically I went, first of all, like I just kind of like stood around. There was no like professional or like you go here, like this, that, the other. I just kind of stood around and like listened to like loads of Asian girls just like talking amongst themselves about God knows what. They're so like boring. I can't lie, like models are the most boringest women in the whole wide world. I can't lie. But anyway, yeah, so like the CEO, I just felt like she was quite rude, like to the girls. First of all, they're like younger than us. Like there were comments thrown around on the first day of the morning, like, oh, why are my models looking so like fat? You know, what's going on? Like all these really backhanded, horrible comments. Like honestly, the room was just so tense. And this was like from 10 a.m. First thing in the morning, I'm hearing this stuff, and I just kind of like stayed quiet. I felt so bad for like the girls because they're all so gorgeous. I can't lie, bless them. They were good looking. I understand what they are there for. Just like throughout the day, like there was like water bottles and like fucking granola bars or something like given to like everybody that was there. Like I'm talking about the crew, the backstage crew, the models, the dressers, they're like everything. Genuinely, my experience, that I volunteered the year before, and that was just genuinely to support my sister, and I got invited back by this person. I wanted to do it anyway, but like I never went out my way to apply. I genuinely got asked to do this, and I thought, okay, why not? And I seen that they had like this pageant competition going on, and I thought, okay, like I want to make my time worthwhile with this person and like this company. If I'm volunteering for them, I'll apply for, you know, this Miss etc etc. So anyway, throughout the day I got to speaking to a couple of the other dressers as we were just standing around. Like most of the day we don't really have much to do, and then there was this one girl that was younger than me. We just got to talking etc, and she was going on, she started having like a bit of an emotional fit, talking about an Asian boy had like done her over, etc etc, just sharing experiences, like we've all been there. And she started crying, so I took her outside for like 10 minutes. But anyway, I was basically saying, so like we only had this, and I felt quite bad. It was a very hot day. I remember sweating so much like in my trainers, and I was really like hot. It wasn't the best of backstage places, to be honest, especially when you got 5 outfits, you're changing like all these girls that are all up their own. Seriously, they really were like kind of up their own ass. They're quite bitchy, they weren't nice people to actually work with. I did do my best, I kept it professional, and I wrote it out. Some girls literally quit on the first day. I like big up you girls that left because you guys are so fucking funny. So one girl like that was next to me, she just left like fucking hell, like right before the fucking show. So I had to dress like 2 models on my own. You know, there's like one of them that's like from up north. I was all right with her, but I just feel like I feel sorry for her. She's kind of stuck in this dirty ass world, and it's just a shame. There's one girl that started crying or whatever, the dresser that I was talking about earlier. Anyway, going back to the point. So we got to speaking, and she said like, oh, like I applied for this too, and I was like, oh, that's great, girl. Like you, mashallah, you're so beautiful. You got natural curly hair, like you're light skin, like everything that Asian world, the colorism really does exist, and I'm praising her. And I said to her, like, I'm healthy competition, because why am I not a healthy competition if we're in this pageant together? It's a competition. It's not like I'm there to like fucking share a medal with somebody or whatever. The point was, I don't care if I'm beautiful or not beautiful. The point was, it would have been a good collaboration with this, whatever it is now. I don't even know what it is now. I feel like, obviously, since it's had a new owner, I'm a bit confused. It's not what I grew up on. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Anyway, she was like, I'm in this competition, and I already felt like a weird feeling. Like when I said, I'm running for this too, and it would be good, like, to do this together. We can bloody up, etc., etc. And I don't think this girl, like that I said that. She had no interest in, like, wanting to be friends. I felt like she kind of dogged me. She was like, oh, the CEO's mum has invited me to come stay at their house for this competition, and like saying all these like crazy things. And I'm thinking, like, isn't that not like illegal that you're running like a pageant competition and you kind of like fixing who wins because this new like really young, light-skinned girl with extremely beautiful like features. She was quite pretty, honestly. Like, I wouldn't just say that. She was really beautiful, but is that not like quite weird that somebody that's hosting a beauty pageant, like, they've got their mum to like invite them to stay over at their house like for this beauty pageant, but like the rest of the girls don't get that? So I just found that quite strange, and all I said to this girl was, I was like, oh, okay, it might be because you're a natural beauty, like you don't have fillers or like Botox. Beauty pageants naturally, like, if anybody knows about the beauty pageantry world, like, you can have like very, very small like enhancements, but like if you have prominent filler that's migrated, it doesn't look that good. You've got bleached hair, and you just literally look like you've walked into a shop, done mechanicky on yourself, and like come out. That was the point. I just basically said you're a natural beauty, and maybe that's why like the mum asked you to go stay there, and this, that, the other. Anyway, after that we started getting busy throughout the day, and so anyway, basically, so all day, like, we started, I think, from super early in the morning till about 7:30 p.m. or something. We got to leave. We never really got anything. I feel like the CEO was scoffing her face like during the runway, and all these models, bless them. They must have been so hungry. They didn't even order pizza until like 6 p.m. and then like we finished an hour and a half later. Throughout the day, I actually went to the shop and I bought like 20 Mogu Mogu bottles or something, and I handed them out to all the people that were backstage, like, out of my own money again. So let's like tally this up. This is nearly coming up to 300 quid for me now for free, like, at this event to support this person. But anyway, the next day, I woke up and I realized like they had all gone out. Like, they went to this like shisha place like in Birmingham. First of all, it's so cringy. Like, the whole thing was so cringy. They didn't even invite me. Like, I didn't see any of the other dressers got invited. Like, we've all come to Birmingham from out of town and we didn't even really get invited. So number one, that was like a big red flag for me. I didn't feel quite good about that in the morning, and I was just genuinely like, what the hell? Like, this is so like, if that was me, I would have invited everybody, like, and would have made sure everybody was involved and felt welcomed. I didn't really get that feeling. I didn't feel welcome, even though that this person had asked me to come. I just felt like they just treated me like I was a donkey, or like an immigrant, or like somebody that's not educated or has something of my own. I just kind of got like pushed like pillar to post, and like, was it just expected to do? Because I knew from last year what to do. I kind of just did what I did last year. First of all, this is not my world. I'm a woman of science. I'm not a woman of beauty. I just naturally, in my older years, because I have more free time, get to do these things. And I genuinely did So anyway, I got ready and I went for the second day. Again, I went early. I made sure that I was present. Again, I'm only representing myself. And, you know, I just felt like an odd shift in energy, like the whole day. I felt like no one really spoke to me, or they were like just being a bit weird with me. And the girl in question, the one that was crying and is in this pageant with me, you know, she ignored me, and she came yesterday on the Saturday. She didn't even wear like no makeup, like she just looked dressed down, like she had like a beard and like a mustache everywhere, like she didn't really look like she made an effort. And then like on the Sunday, she came in like a big abaya, like eyelashes up to here, makeup done, like she looked like she was about to do the runway, but she wasn't. She was just a dresser as well. I said hello to her and she just like, she didn't say anything back to me, and I'm thinking, all right, that's a bit weird. Like, I wonder why she's not chatting to me. Like, yesterday we were like, you know, she was really confiding in me about this, you know, ex-boyfriend of hers. But by the way, this is a Pakistani girl that I'm talking about. I'm gonna post her page so you guys know who I'm talking about, because it's very wrong. Like, I feel like what she did. So anyway, I did the whole day again for free. I had to dress 2 models. First one Indian model that's just like so like flamboyant, so much energy. Like I love that for her, but it's just I'm not that person. I'm just quite chill. I did my best what I could, and you know, I just felt like, you know, these models, they don't even really want to speak to you. I'm stood there for 12 hours. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not gonna speak to anybody. Like, what do you guys want me to do? Like, they keep hiring or getting these like, you know, people that do come from abroad. They're like Chinese, etc. They can't really speak English. Just stand there, and they're quite young, like 17, 18-year-old that don't know much about life. Like, bearing in mind I'm 29, I've kind of been around the block and I know what's what. And to be honest, I did the whole day. We did like 2 fashion shows back to back. You know, I wanted to enjoy my time there. I've spent all this money out of my own pocket. You know, I even sacrificed spending time with my dad, who's not well right now. My dad even asked me on the day, like, are you coming over today? And I said, like, Daddy, no, I'm out of town at the moment. Like, I didn't really want to say what it was for, because my parents wouldn't agree with what I was doing. Like, my parents never raised me to volunteer for Pakistani girls that have no respect. So anyway, yeah, like I was quite upset. I didn't want my family to know, and I didn't want to embarrass. I felt embarrassed that I've gone out my way and I've done this and I'm being treated this way. So anyway, this girl ignored me all day when, you know, like yesterday she was XYZ. You know, I'm quite a mature person, and if I say something, it might come across as blunt. I don't mean any bad things to anyone. I'm actually quite supportive of all Asian girls. I love to see Asian girls thriving and winning. And I don't even get to really work with Pakistani girls much, I'm not going to lie. And alhamdulillah, I'm so glad I don't, because this life lesson I'm about to tell you guys, when I finished and I had to go back home, it took me 2 hours to get back to Manchester. I didn't get home till about 11 p.m. By 1 a.m., the CEO had messaged me saying, oh, you called me ugly at my own event, like a boy. Like, she was trying to confront me like a man. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, why would I say that? And in my head, I thought the only person I spoke to was that girl that's supposed to be in this pageant with me. And all I said was that, oh, you're natural beauty, you don't have any fillers or anything. Or like, maybe this is why that girl's like, the CEO's mum has invited you home, because you're natural beauty. And so the CEO said, oh, you called me ugly. And I was so shocked. I was so pissed off. You guys don't understand. So yeah, like, I'm saying to her, why would I pay all this money to come to this event of yours that you have asked me to come to say these things? Like, that's not me. It's not even in my nature to call anyone ugly. We're all God's creation. So if you think you're ugly, then you must think you're ugly. Because if the shoe fits, princess, don't try like foreshadowing all your projection onto me, because the fuck, man, that's so weird. I found that so weird. First of all, you're a CEO of a massive global corporation. I don't even know what the hell it is, or magazine. I don't even know what it is. Like I said, I don't know what it is anymore. It's just so toxic to me now. Like, my whole perspective has changed. So anyway, yeah, and I was like, why am I going to answer the phone? I don't even know you. I don't even know these people. They've only just met me the one time. And I feel like they've got me so cranked up, like, over this situation, because I just had to remind myself when I was younger, I didn't want to do anything like this. I was like always apprehensive of other Asian girls because they do a lot of juggling. And I feel like this juggling that this woman did, Pakistani girl from London, whom I don't even know, is way more younger than me. You know, that she didn't have to do that because she was jealous that I was in this fucking competition. She made such a stink between me and the CEO of this company. Like, I actually blocked them all and I said to her, get off, man. Like, I'm never, ever, 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 ever in my life ever volunteering again. I would never affiliate. I would never collab. I wouldn't even recommend other Pakistani girls to like volunteer or get involved because you don't get anything for it. You know, I never ever really got an apology. It's been like a couple of months now. And, you know, I had to like withdraw myself from the competition. I had to text this person's mum and was like, listen, this is what your daughter is sending me. So like, yeah, I withdrew myself. I withdrew my sister's name, who I put in myself. I wanted to do this with my sister. Again, I don't see other Asian girls as a competition. I want to see it as like a sisterhood, like a fun frat, or like some sort of like a slumber party. I don't know, I'm a girly girl, so I feel like I've got three sisters. We've always loved to dress up and like get involved in like, you know, pretty things, and that's all it was for me, basically. Genuinely, I had no intention of like making a career out of this, or no, I have a career, honey. Alhamdulillah, I have a really good career. And I don't, these little things are just like little side quests that I like to get involved with because why not? It's something different. This girl like genuinely ruined an opportunity for me that I could have opened doors for maybe the other underprivileged or underrepresented girls. She lied. First of all, I never called anybody ugly. Why am I gonna say that? Fashionable. It's so stupid to me. It's just like it's left a bit of taste in my mouth because even to this day I didn't get a refund of my time or my energy or my hotel or my train or a reimbursement of wasting my time. Like, you call me there, made me work for free for like 12 hours a day and then pay my own everything, and then I never got anything from that besides like bad vibes. So I just wanted to kind of hop on here and like basically share my experience of volunteering at Malaysiana. I don't know what else to call it, but I just want to do it to yourself, girls. If you want like a career in like modeling or like catwalk or something, find a better company. There's so many better like Galaxy pageants, Miss International UK. There's so much more out there. You do not need these Asian heavily influenced. Yeah, basically I was just saying it's a very toxic environment, and if you don't have thick skin and you don't know how to stand up for yourself, just don't do it to yourself, girls, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm still quite upset that all of this happened. There's no reason for Pakistani girls or like Asian girls to do juggling, and it happens a lot in the UK. As soon as I knew that I wasn't doing that pageant, I literally booked a flight and I've come to Pakistan, where there's real women that want to see other women win. We have the best culture, the best fashion. We pay like fraction of the price. And I'm not gonna lie, all my sisters got married and all them designer clothes, lengas that these models were wearing, thinking that like I'm lower than them, that I could never wear them. I just want to reiterate that my sisters had better and more expensive wedding lengas than you guys were wearing for free to just prance around in your underdeveloped bodies at like young 20s or teenagers. Like, I'm not being a hater, I'm just genuinely being for real. Like, my sisters, mashallah, was so beautiful. We have the biggest like parties, weddings in our own personal lives. Like, I didn't need to volunteer here for that. I just wanted to volunteer to kind of see for myself like what it's like. And I just feel quite sorry for the younger Asian girls. I just feel like, please don't get caught up thinking that you need to look like these or need to get fillers or Botox to like be a part of something that's not really doing anything good for the world. Like, there is no female empowerment, there was no sisterhood, there was like no charitable acts, there was no nice etiquette or politeness. It was just all like very weird, toxic and very strange, very, you know, cliquey. I just feel like if you're not one of them, then you're not one of them, and if you're from outside, then you're just going to be disregarded. and I have to come on. I feel like I have a duty to kind of tell the truth, like, because I did get quite upset. So anyway, I do want to just post the girl's page that did this juggly. I did kind of say to her, and I did DM her saying, listen, I'm going to post you on my TikTok, because I just feel like everybody needs to hear that, you know, it could happen to the best of us. That sometimes our own, you think that they are for you, but they're not. They're genuinely, like, they don't want to see you win. They don't want to help you in your life. Like, they don't want to. Like, I help everybody. I give everybody good advice where and as and when I can. And I just feel like, you know, for this one girl, like, doing that juggly and, you know, with making me withdraw from such an amazing opportunity, why am I not going to be annoyed? Why would I not be annoyed? I paid all that money to go there, you know, to, like, get involved. So, like, who's going to refund me? Someone going to refund me? Because the fuck? Like, I'm still sat here, like, I've not heard nothing ever since then. And to be honest, I don't even want to. I just blocked them all, and I thought, like, sod them. I'm not a tramp to, like, sit here and whatever, but I just feel like now that I'm in Pakistan, I've spoken to, like, a couple of people out here about this. They're just genuinely, like, seriously, Faiza, like, you need to kind of give your own perspective on this and voice your concerns, and I am voicing my concerns. So why did I have to pay, like, nearly £300 to just be disregarded, treated badly by this place and the people that were there, to be lied upon, and for a really amazing opportunity for me to have to, like, withdraw myself? Like, that's not cool, man. And I feel like the UK, especially the Pakistani girls, you guys are so whitewashed. You don't even know Japanese Zaban, but you're so quick to do juggling. Like, I don't understand why that this is. Like, I'm British born myself.
Yeah, I think one is good.
Okay.